Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jurassic Park. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Jurassic Podcast. We are your source for all Transformers, Earth Wars, and Transformers in general news and topics. And we got a very ancient topic this week. We are going to talk about the dinosaur alt mode bots and ranking them. I'm going to do my top 10, and DJ is going to respond and react to where I rank them and where he would put them. So, let's go ahead and get into the episode. And we always start with the recap of the previous week in the game. So, DJ, how was your week?
It wasn't bad. So this past weekend event was
Robots in Disguise.
It was Robots in Disguise. I kept wanting to say Unchained Melody.
Yeah, the week before. Yeah.
So it was Robots in Disguise. It was an Alliance Totalizer, 500,000 points to complete it. The prizes were, Spark, Combiner Spark, a set of 5 Combiner Crystals for each Combiner if you got all the way through the event. So, Protectobot Crystals, Dinobot Crystals, Aerobot Crystals, Magnaboss Crystals, all your Combiners. Gives you a chance to complete it. They had 2-star bots in them too. I thought that was dumb. I didn't like that. It should have been 3-star or better. But overall, it was still a good event. All the rewards were worth grinding for. You got valuable resources at every step along the way.
It was a pretty cool event. I did pretty good. I didn't get a new bot per se, but I got the G Metal Transmetal Core. That's a mouthful. For Optimus Primal.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Put that on my 4-star. He's pretty awesome. Also, not related to the event, but in this past week, a few days ago, as a matter of fact, I got moved up to your alliance, sir, up at Cybercore Alpha.
Yep.
Very excited about that.
Yep. So, for those of you who have been watching, or for those of you who may not know, so Frankie and I were both members of the Cybercore family of alliances. I was in Cybercore Alpha. Frankie was in Cybercore Sigma. Cybercore Sigma has recently been kind of disbanded for lack of participation. And all the members in the alliance who were actually grinding it out were moved to other alliances in the Cybercore family. And Frankster is now a member of my alliance, Cybercore Alpha. And this man can score, 25,000 plus points per event. So this is the guy we need for those 1,000,000-point events. So I'm thrilled.
Yeah, I'm excited to be a part. I'm excited for all the prizes I'm going to get because now our Crystal Krakens are going to be even.
Yep.
They ain't going to be with a piddly little amount of crystals to your, massive everything. So it's I'm excited for that because now it's a more fair comparison of luck.
Yeah.
Even though there were some weeks where I was pulling, remember one time with the Magnaboss bots. Yeah. There was twice that even though I had a fraction of the amount of crystals you did, I got all 3 of them somehow.
Yeah, and I've had that happen twice in the entire time I've been playing the game. I got 4-star Goldfire when he came out the first time around, and then 4-star Beast Wars Silverbolt. Every other time I've had to just wait till they got put in the premiums, get lucky and get them, or maybe I bought a bundle to try to get them that way. But, I'm rarely that lucky. So...
Yeah, I had some really good luck early on in my YouTube channel. It was insane.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of that is because there were so many bots that you didn't have that you were going to get a bunch of them until you started getting to where you had a bunch, and then it would start to get more where you weren't getting as many because now you've already got a bunch. And that's the problem I've got. I've got every 2- and 3-star bot in the game Autobot side, and only a handful of 4-stars that I don't have. So rarely do I get 4-stars. There's been like 1 or 2 occasions where I got like 2 4-stars and 1 Crystal Kraken, and I was like, "What on earth is going on?" You know?
Yeah.
So, but so yeah, good times, good times.
Yeah, very good times. And I unleashed 4-star Magnavox. I got him to level 14 so far. I unleashed him today in my first war in Alpha because I knew I was going to need him. And I wanted that first war to at least, me do something.
Yeah.
Because y'all are a whole nother level on more than what I was doing.
Yeah.
I did beat the first 2 bases because Magnavox at level 14, like the gap from a level 10 maxed out 3-star to him at level 14 is like that. It's like it's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, because it's the 4-star ability, it's the extra health and damage that comes with it. When you get into level 20, you're going to be like, that's when you're really going to be bringing home the bacon.
Yeah, so I'm thoroughly impressed with 4-star combiners. So I cannot wait. I'm actually, we talked about this before the show. I'm actually considering, because I'm a few weeks away from either 5-star Beast Wars Megatron or the 4-star Mega Supreme part. I was 5-star Beast Wars Megatron, but it's a dead heat now. I'm seriously considering Omega Supreme.
I'm telling you, I would get the Omega Supreme because, look, I've got the 5-star Beast Wars Megatron, but that's because I already had 5-star, Primal, and I already had 4-star Omega Supreme.
Yeah.
And the Titans will not be in Shanix. They're going to be through shards. So
yeah,
I had no qualms about using my Shanix to get that Beast Wars Megatron to complete my collection. But in your case, I would get that 4-star Omega because he will be much more useful to you than Beast Wars Megatron will. Because having a combiner makes it easy. It increases the level of bases that you can attack. It increases your ability to power level. You can't use your Decepticon in wars, so you have your combat bot for that, or not your combat bot, but your combiner for that.
Yeah,
there's just so much more you can do with them.
There is.
I've always been of the opinion, max out your Autobots as best you can first, and then work on your Decepticons on the side, as long as it doesn't hamper your ability to work on your Autobots. Same goes if you're a Decepticon. Yeah. If you're Decepticon, focus on your Decepticons until you're, and then maybe your Autobots a little bit. And most of the content creators are of the same opinion. But the big difference maker is
I just do the one team. I just try to make the one team as strong as it can be for events. But that's it. Like, and most of them I got with the free crystal out of sheer luck. And Beast Wars Megatron, because I got the Decepticon New Joiner bundle.
Yeah.
I mean, not Beast Wars, but regular Megatron, the 4-star.
Yeah.
So most of that was luck. I think I spent 2 4-star crystals. Then I got Waspinator and one other one out of that. So. But I was just trying to beef that squad up so it would score with the rest of them. So.
Yeah, and I've got a handful. I've got enough 4-star Decepticons for a full-on squad, but it's mostly bots that I wouldn't use. So I just don't care to fool with them. I've got my 3 Decepticon squads. They each score in Zone 12. It's good enough if I'm in a pinch, So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't even bother upgrading them beyond 50 because I just don't feel like it.
Yep.
But
I got a cool idea. Everybody watching, I'm going to let you decide what I get with my Shanix.
Oh, God.
Comment it every week up until now. It'll probably be 5-6 weeks before I have enough Shanix. Comment if you want to. We'll keep a tally. Either say go for Megatron or go for Omega Supreme. Whatever the tally is, however high or low, whichever one y'all pick, that'll be the one I grab. That'll be interesting.
Boy, okay.
I'll let the people decide. Let them do it. It'll be fun.
Oh,
hey, either way, I don't really lose either way. Either way, I get something great.
Yeah, but you don't do it well.
I got a feeling they're going to say Omega Supreme because people love their combiners, but they may prove me wrong.
Yeah, if it was the combiner versus Primal, I would almost say people are going to say Primal.
Yeah.
Like I would almost be like, nope. Everybody's going to suggest Primal because everybody's like, no, the bot's more valuable.
Yeah, but with it being an opposite faction.
Right, and that's not as useful for anything. that
Yeah.
they might still weigh in favor of Omega. In which case, good on them.
Yeah. Either way, I don't lose, though. Either way, I get something good.
Yeah.
And I'm really close. I only need one bot for 4-star Computron. So there's another 4-star almost there.
There you go.
Which is funny because Computron's the only one I hadn't had time to level up. Because I've been the whole time. I got him right after I got all the bots to do 4-star Magna Boss.
Yeah.
So I've been everything into Magna Boss. It'd be funny if I end up completing Computron and I'm still working on Magna Boss.
Well, I got so my Omega Supreme and my Superion are both maxed out. They're 20 and 25. I have all the other 4-star combiners in the game, so I'm now leveling them all evenly. So right now they're all about level 5 or level 6. And like after one levels up to like 6, I move on to the next one. Then when they're all 6, I'm going to do each one to level 7 and so forth until we know for sure who the next 5-star combiner is going to be. I predict it's going to be Volcanicus. I would bet you money that that's what we're going to get. And I will bet you money that we're going to get Slug and Rampage in the next 5-star batch, and 5-star batch 10. But I'm not going to just jack Volcanicus all the way to level 20 in anticipation of that if they, throw a curveball at me and they do somebody else instead. And I'm like, oh no,
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah, so I'm just going to level them evenly. That way they're all useful in the meantime.
Yeah. I tried to get them all level 10, and Computron would have been there had it not been that I had the 4-star to try to...
Yeah.
Because I knew the 4-star was going to be more useful, so I'm like, once I finish Magna Boss, I'll work on Computron and get him to 10.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I maxed out Superion because I knew how to use him. He was the first one I got, so I was like, I'm going to max him out because I know how to use him. And then I maxed out Omega Supreme for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But now the rest of them, like I've got all of them, so I'm gonna level them evenly. That way, it's like I'm a more of a better scale, in the days to come. And that way, I'm not using up all my Combiner Spark at one time because you're accruing more Combiner Spark every week. So that way, it's like it kind of I keep a consistent amount of Combiner Spark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. And I don't find myself in a trick bag where I have to wait weeks to accrue more Combiner Spark to get this guy to the very next level.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's about time we head into the news. So this will be when I hand it off to you to do what it is you do.
Well, sir, I will do what it is I do. And what I do is the news. All right, everybody. So in the news this week, we are talking about our upcoming event, and our upcoming event is called Unlikely Allies. So, Unusual Allies. Well, unlikely, unusual, tomato, potato, potato. Let's just call the whole thing off. What do you think? I should probably keep reading the news. All right. So in this event, we're going to get 100 Unusual Allies crystals, which gives us a shot at the new 2, 3, or 4-star Goldbug or Shatterglass Shockwave, depending on your faction. It also gives you a chance for 4-star, 3-star crystals, or 100 character shards, which you can cash in for the actual bot if you don't get it from this event, if you have enough shards. You're going to get 40 premium combat chips, which gives you a chance for any of the combat bots that are in the game for your faction. We're also going to get 1 G-Metal G1 core chip and 2 regular G-Metal core chips and up to 10 gold core chips. It will be an Alliance Totalizer, 1 million points to complete it. It will not be prestiged, and it's not a leaderboard. So this is the first time they've done a new bot in an event like this. It's a format that we're familiar with, that it's nothing new. It's just this is the first time they've used this for a new bot at the end of a saga. So I personally am okay with that. So I think it's all right. All right, so our new bots, Goldbug and Shockwave. And first of all, I'm very just not happy about the fact that we as the Autobots are getting Goldbug, whereas I was super psyched for Shockwave.
No, I'm in the same boat. I thought it was going to be Shockwave for Autobots.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, and all right, so we'll So I did watch the live stream today. We'll talk about that when I come back from the news. So we'll get into that. So we'll talk about that later. But I just wanted to put that out there while it was on my mind. So the ability was announced. It's going to be called Cryo Shell. Now it's going to function similarly to Warpath and Skull Smasher, in that it's going to be a projectile that goes through all the targets in your line of sight. It will not quite have the range of Warpath and Skull Smasher. It originally did, but then they nerfed it. They thought those were OP. I personally would rather have kept the range because they were like, and some of the examples were, well, if they did that and then they combined it with Warpath and then they destroyed everything around the HQ, well, then you could just send Cup and Springer up to the HQ and nothing could stop them. Nothing was there to defend it. My argument is that will make people think about how to counter that. For example, most people keep their outpost bots around the HQ, so that would have nerfed that ability. And especially if you got 5-star Cheetor and Slash in there, so that's a way to defend against that. So I think they should have left it alone and kept the range equal to Warpath. But that's just me. All right, so game update information. They updated some war effects, and since I'm not real big on war, I'll leave it to you to pause this so you can read through that because I'm not going to. We have a new wallpaper inspired by Shattered Glass, and if you see, we've got Megatron here in his white and red color scheme, as is Shattered Glass, and then we have his Soundwave over here with the green ninja bandana, which looks kind of cool. We have Starscream here, who is the polar opposite of the Starscream in the normal universe. And then over here on this side, we have the purple and blue Optimus Prime, who is an evil warlord. We have Goldbug over here in the corner. Right here we have Blur with an eye patch. And then right here in this corner, I can't quite tell who that is. I'll have to zoom in on it later. Somebody in the comments tell me who think that is below. All right, and then we're in the community corner, and of course we have fan artwork. We have a fan-drawn Optimus Prime. He looks very much like Optimus Prime from Robots in Disguise, or maybe even Armada. He looks inspired by that, except for he's got the G1 Optimus axe there, which looks cool. Somebody has their Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker figures out on the beach, surveying the territory. That looks pretty cool. And then we have an illustration of a bot in the game. It looks like Ultra Magnus. It almost looks like a Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus with the color scheme. I think it looks really good. And then here we are. This is where we are in the saga. We are now in week 6 out of 6. So, of course, new bots, super XP, 1 million points to complete it. And then next weekend will be the start of a new saga. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the news. All right, so again, ladies and gentlemen, that was the news. I cannot tell you how frustrated I am that we get Goldbug as opposed to Shockwave. That would have been so cool to have Shockwave. Especially because this Shockwave can actually transform. They demonstrated him transforming in the live stream. He actually transforms into the classic, outer space ray gun that he always was. It looks cool.
Now, you know more about Shattered Glass than I do. In Shattered Glass, everything's flipped, right? The good characters are evil, or for the most part.
For the most part, yeah. It's not like a polar opposite. Like, every character is the polar opposite equivalent to their regular universe counterpart, kind of like Star Trek's Mirror universe. Yeah. It is mostly that, but there are some where it's totally different. Where it's just some of the characters have personalities or attributes that are out of left field, and you'd be like, where did that come from?
But Shockwave was a good guy in Shattered Glass.
Yes.
Still a Decepticon, but heroic.
Yes, so in Shattered Glass, the Autobots are evil warlords, and the Decepticons are the freedom fighters, essentially. They're the heroic defenders.
Yeah, so to me, it would make more sense if you brought them into the game, because even within the story of the game itself, why would a heroic Decepticon join the evil Decepticons in the Earth 4 game? They would side with the Autobots, even though they're technically Decepticons.
So their reason was, well, technically Goldbug's still Autobots, so Autobots get Autobots and Decepticons get Decepticons.
Okay, so it's about Goldbug.
Yeah.
Okay, because I missed the live stream. I was running errands today. I hadn't got a chance to watch it yet.
Yeah, so I watched
Goldbug is the reason.
Yes, but even though he's an evil warlord like Autobot, and he's actually very much like Starscream.
Well,
like he's all the time plotting and turning on Optimus Prime and trying to overthrow him.
Yeah. But if he's evil, then wouldn't it beg to reason that upon joining the Earth Force universe, he would still side with the Decepticons because they align with his... Like, that's what I'm saying. Their personality...
Right, and that was everybody's thoughts. But but when you go into the game and you watch the story, you watch the dialogue, the Decepticons are greeted by their shattered universe counterparts, and they have a little bit of dialogue, and they're like, it's basically come with me if you want to live situation. So it's like, okay, they are aware of who the other ones are and what they are, but it's kind of like the enemy of my enemy is a potential ally situation in their minds, which still makes no sense, because in actuality, the Decepticons of Shattered Glass would ally with the Autobots of our universe, and vice versa. So, and I don't know if Simon Furman penned this story. Maybe it's going somewhere, and we just don't know where it's going yet. Maybe it's a George Lopez situation where it's like we don't see what his mother sees, But I'm like, I wanted Shockwave.
Yeah, to me,
I wanted Shockwave.
Like, I was so looking forward to having him on that Shockwave on the Autobot side.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Because nobody wants Goldbug.
No, nobody. Well, yeah, you're right. Nobody.
The ability is cool. The way they explain the ability in the newsletter, I think that's going to be a really good ability.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's just...
I just wanted Shockwave, not Goldbug.
I do. No, you're right. Nobody wanted Goldbug. The Autobots didn't want Goldbug. The Decepticons didn't want Goldbug.
You should pick somebody else, please.
Because he's basically Shattered Glass Goldfire.
Yeah.
He's just a little bit... He's kind of... When his robot mode, his vehicle mode, it's kind of a mix of our Bumblebee and our Goldfire when you look at it. It doesn't look bad. It's just we didn't want it.
Have so many variations of... I mean, there's already Goldfire and Bumblebee anyway.
Right.
We don't want another variation. Why not give him the Decepticons and give us Shockwave?
Well, yeah, but then even if they secretly agree with us, everybody playing on the con side is going to be like, well, yeah, but, Shockwave's still technically a Decepticon, so we get them. It's because they don't want Goldbug.
Yeah, I know. But still, it's...
Anyway. You
could have picked somebody other than Goldbug.
Yeah, anybody. I know. Because, you would think that they'd have gone with, if they're doing... I don't know. See, if they were doing Goldbug, then we should have got Shattered Glass Starscream, because Shattered Glass Starscream is polar opposite of our Starscream, so it's like, and then Shattered Glass Goldfire or Goldbug is polar opposite of our Bumblebee / Goldfire. So you would think that they'd have done that, because that would have been better parallels. Other than him being like the good, not evil version of our of regular, I don't know what the parallels are.
If you think about Shockwave, who would the closest Autobot equivalent be as far as personality and everything? Because the only one I can think of is Perceptor.
Yeah.
Because they're both kind of the scientists.
Perceptor and maybe Ratchet, if you're depending on what continuity you're looking at.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Or Wheeljack, because Wheeljack was always more or less the mechanic.
Wheeljack, yes. So you could have done Shattered Glass, Wheeljack, or Perceptor for the Autobots.
Now, they actually, and I'm pretty sure there was a situation where they were actually planning on a different character. I'm not sure if it was Shockwave, this character instead of Shockwave, or this character instead of Goldbug, but they were planning on a different character, I think, that all of a sudden Hasbro came out and said, oh, you can't do that character. You need to do something else. So that left them with 2 weeks to completely change what they were doing and create another character.
Okay.
So if I had to guess, I would say that they were going to do Wheeljack
Yeah.
Because that's my guess. I would say they were going to do Wheeljack, and then when they couldn't, they were like crap. So they had to like repaint them and call them Goldbug. Because if it was Wheeljack has a car alt mode. So
Yeah.
that's my thought. Because that would have made more sense.
And Wheeljack would make more sense. I would be more excited for an alternate Wheeljack than Goldbug.
No, I still would want a Shockwave.
Oh, I still would have wanted Shockwave too, but I'm saying in comparison, an alternate Wheeljack would have been more appealing than what we ended up with.
Yeah, and this one could have had the beard.
Yeah. Well, if that's the reason that it's this way, then I completely understand. I mean, it's out of their control. They did the best they could, but I just still a little bummed. I really wanted Shockwave.
I did too. So, anywho,
yeah, it is time for the mailbag segment, sir. So, time for you to do what you do again.
All right, mailbag time. I know. Holy dude.
What?
We have a lot of comments on last week's episode.
Aha!
Like so many. Wow. This is the most we've ever had.
Nice.
Good. Oh man. Okay, we're let me see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we have a record 8 comments on last week's botcast. So thank you so very, very much to everybody who commented. This is like super exciting to us. Why is my dog barking? Oh my god. He's all riled up about something. All right, so our first comment, if she does not shush, our first comment comes from Bossman6774. He says, events for the most part are pretty good. Would love to see the leaderboard event where purchasing bundles is off limits. Bossman, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, see, we're not alone in that opinion. We want to see who the real top dogs are.
Yeah.
All right, next comment comes from a new commenter, William Shope. Hey guys, love the videos. Keep up the good work. I got a question for y'all. Could y'all talk about what teams y'all use for wars and raids? We can talk about that. We're a little short on time tonight, but we'll cover that. Tell you what, why don't we make that our topic of our next episode?
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, so William, thank you so much, sir. You have picked our topic for next week's podcast. All right. So our next comment comes from Willard Edward Hackman. There's a lot of events in the game that I like and don't like either. Yeah, same here. We got a few that we don't care for, but we got some that we love. And then
great events. We don't like those.
Nah, not a fan. Now, William Edward Hackman, he commented a second time, and he says, the dinosaur transformers have different weapons and abilities too, so I don't know which is better or worse. Well, we're about to tell you. All right. The next comment comes from another new commenter, and I can't pronounce his name, but it's spelled Xrisku, and it says, Autobot gets Shatterglass Goldbug, Decepticons get Shatterglass Shockwave. Yeah, as we unfortunately found out. Yeah, so, yeah, we know now. Not fun. And then our next comment comes from the ever-reliable Mr. John J. Pollock. He says, hey guys, sorry I haven't been commenting as much. Everyone in the house got sick for a week. Yeah, we're with you, dude. We were sick as dogs week before last.
Yeah, we were both there.
He says, it sucked. Anyway, do you find God, oh, my eyes are not fixating on words right now. All right. Do you find it giving better odds with your crystal cracking to save them or cracking them at one time? I personally don't crack any freebies or anything less than 4-star for weeks, even months at a time. It could just be the amount of crystals, but it seems like I pull more and do better bots more frequently. And then he also commented below that, I watched your crystal crackings, so I know you guys save them for at least a week, but have you ever did longer than that? And when did you decide to switch to saving them? So, to answer your first question, John, I don't think it really affects your drop rates any. I really think it seems like you get more when you crack more of them at one time because you're cracking more of them at one time. So, the
odds are supposed to be the same.
Right.
So, you have the same odds every time, but it feels more rewarding when you save them up because the chances are amplified because you're cracking so many at once. But as far as each crystal, it's the same odds.
Yeah, that's for the individual crystal. Yeah, that's my thought as well. Now to answer your second question, I decided to start saving my crystals for a week to crack them all at once when I started recording Earth Wars videos, like 2 years ago, something like that. I started recording weekly crystal crackings, and I've just been doing it ever since because I figured, that's a place to start. So I just started recording those, and the first week or so, the first couple of weeks I was doing it, it was driving me nuts because I was like, I got these crystals, I really want to crack them. But now I'm just used to it, and I could go 2 weeks without doing it, and it wouldn't bother me. But I do try to just do it every single week, for my weekly crystal crackings that I post on Mondays. And I know, Frankie, you do the same thing now, but prior to recording, did you just crack them as you got them, or did you save them?
I cracked them as I got them. I was like you. I started saving them so I could just do a big crystal cracking at the end of the weekend. So, and I actually like doing it that way because, like I said, the odds may not be different, but it feels different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like yeah.
And then our last comment comes from fellow content creator Sunstreaker Waza, and he says, I've got five more 5 stars than you, DJ. Stop picking on the Frankster. Oh, buddy.
Thank you for defending me there. I appreciate that, Sunstreaker Waza.
Yeah.
Also, keep up the good videos. I enjoy your videos.
Yeah, I know. Waza, you're like an inspiration to all of us, man. Thank you. And thank you for backing us and involving me especially in videos that you've done in the past. And thank you for having our back with Space Ape, and I'm pretty sure you were in Dale's ear in the background. We really appreciate it, man. We really do. So if there's anything that we can do for you, please let us know. And trust that we are going to be hounding you in the future to be a guest on the Botcast, if not on our individual channels. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the mailbag segment.
All right, well, that is going to lead us into our main topic, which is why the Jurassic Park shirt, the Jurassic Park movies, because we're ranking dinosaur bots.
Dinosaurs! Yeah!
Or technically, I guess I ranked them, and you'll probably agree for the most part, maybe.
Yeah, I think so too, because it's pretty clear who the good ones are and the ones who aren't as great. So.
Yeah, and by our reckoning, there are 10. We honorable mentioned Trypticon because, yes, he is technically a dinosaur, but because he's a Titan and because I wanted it to be a nice, neat 10 bots.
Yep.
We figured we'd honorable mention him because, I mean, comparing him to a regular bot is apples and oranges. It really is.
It is. So to keep it as a nice, neat list of 10, and because he's not really a bot per se, Trypticon is an honorable mention, as well as Taraxodon. Taraxodon and his Decepticon equivalent Pterodactyl are also honorable mentions because even though they have dinosaur alt modes. Well, actually, the axe is their alt mode, and their regular mode is the Pterodactyl. But they're combat bots, so they don't really count. So they are also honorable mentions.
And that fact in and of itself would exclude them because we said dinosaur alt modes.
Yeah, but they're still dinosaurs.
Speaking.
They're
still dinosaurs, but they're alt modes and axe.
All right, now we're just apples.
Yeah, I'm nitpicking.
Apples and oranges here.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into it. And at number 10, ironically enough, if this were any other kind of list about dinosaur bots, he would be number 1. But since we're talking about in Transformers Earth Wars, I got Grimlock at number 10 for one reason and one reason only, and that's because he dies so fast. He's an awesome bot. He's a fan favorite bot. He's got an amazing ability, but he dies so fast you barely get to use it.
Yeah.
So for me, that's why he's 10. Solely why he's 10.
I can't argue with you. great fan favorite bot. You know, his ability is good. His cores, he's got 2 cores, and they're both good.
Yeah.
And I use him on. I have his 3 and 4 star prominently on 2 of my squads. I use him, but he's the first one to die.
Yeah.
Because he's not. He's Grimlock, but he's not beefy. Grimlock. He doesn't have the Grimlock beef.
Yeah.
You know,
his damage is good. It's just he don't last long enough for you to really take advantage of it.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right. So I agree with you. Number 10 is definitely where he needs to be.
Although I do want to experiment and throw a G-Metal Vitality Core on him, see if it helps any. Max it out. Probably won't, but...
Yeah, probably not. I mean, it still wouldn't be enough to get him on a top 10 tank bots list.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 9, and this one, a lot of this one being this low may be to the fact that I just haven't got to use him very much, but it's Snapdragon.
Yeah.
And I think his ability's cool. I haven't got to utilize it. I only have up to the 3-star, and I'm not really trying to spend resources on 3 stars right now. So, but I think his ability looks really cool. What do you think about him?
I like it. I like Snapdragon. He's triple changer, so he has 2 abilities. He has one. He has like and I forget what it's called, and I can't be bothered to pull it up in the game right now. But he has a fireball ability first that shoots to a designated target, and I think it does damage targets on its way there if it makes contact with buildings. And then his second ability is a rush ability where he rushes into a designated target, and when he gets there, it creates a speed reduction effect. And if you combine those abilities, they have different, like if you shoot his fireball and then you rush in, I think it creates more damage. And then if you do it the other way around, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to save that for like a bot spotlight episode. But it is not a bad ability. I use him in elimination mode, if I get to him, but I can't be bothered to put resources into him to level him and upgrade his ability because I'm still focusing on my primary squads, Like I just did get my A squad Pyre Magna to level 10 ability, so now it's like I got another million spark to go before I can get her ability level 11, and then I can start working on the ability of my next squad, so like I'm almost there, but I can't be bothered to start on a completely another bot that I personally have not found to be tried and true yet.
Alrighty. Yeah, like I said, I don't have enough experience with Snapdragon, but I do think his ability is pretty cool. But at number 8, I have Slug. And I do like Slug. I feel like he has a pretty good ability. I mean, there's nothing wrong with his ability. He's just not one that I really utilize that much. So, I got him at number 8 because the one above him, I think, I feel about the same, but they have a better ability. Yeah. So that's why I got Slug all the way to 8. What do you say?
I would say that's probably about right. And if for no other reason, because he doesn't have a ton of health. I was not able to put him on my top 10 tank bots list when I did that video, a year and a half ago, however long ago it was. He's got a rush ability that is the same as Pyre Magna's ability, causes fire damage in its wake. But his health just isn't there compared to other tank bots. So yeah, I feel like 8 would be a good spot for him if you're ranking all the Dinobots.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And number 7, the one I put above him, I feel like they're fairly equal in my eyes, but he does have the better ability, and that's Snarl. I love Snarl's ability.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like it. I mean, I think it was a pretty popular ability because when they turned out Lionizer in the combat bots, he essentially gives whatever bot you equip him to the same ability, except for it's consistent. It's not ability based.
Yeah,
it's a cool ability, and it looks cool, And then a lot of people that use him, they like to try to activate his ability at the last second before the base explodes, so that when it explodes, he can be in bot mode, like raising the sword, like we won, rather than just stego mode. So it's like, I like Snarl. It's a very niche ability. As far as tank bots go, it's difficult to use him because you can't rush him, But I do like his ability. I feel like, and when I'm thinking about the other bots that are going to be on this list, I feel like number 7 is a good spot for him as well.
Yeah, I couldn't go any higher with him, but I do really like the ability. Unfortunately, I don't have the 4-star snarl yet. Keep hoping for him. Eventually, maybe I'll get him because I will put him to some use. So,
Yep.
But next on my list, there are 2 bots. One's on the Autobot side, one's on the Decepticon side, and they're basically the same bots. And that's Dinobot and Dinobot 2. So I have them both at 5 and 6.
You have them at number. You have them at number 5 and 6.
Yes.
I don't know if I agree
Not
with
like
that.
a Dinobot.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Oh, you think he should be higher?
Yeah. Well, I had to actually sit down and think. So you've put the thought into it. I haven't. I'm just reacting to you. But
the rest of the bots from this point on are pretty good. But I have Dinobot basically at 5. Basically.
I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. I just feel like I feel like he would be higher because
he is a really cool bot with a really cool ability.
Right? Yeah, he's a great ability, and he's Dinobot. You know?
Well, I'm not ranking how cool. If I'm ranking how cool they are, it's Grimlock and Dinobot, and then everybody else from there. Period.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm ranking them in the game and how I feel about them as bots in the game.
As far as his in-game performance, he's a warrior bot, so he does have a tanky. He is a little tanky. He has some health.
He does.
He's the only bot that in the game who creates duplicates, holographic duplicates that can cause damage. They're not just distractions; they can actually cause damage. And he creates 3 of them.
Awesome.
He creates. The only thing about them is they don't last forever. Eventually, they die off. Unlike Rook and RC, whose bot lasts forever if they're not destroyed. But their dupes don't do anything. RC's creates an EMP effect, and then when you finally do take down Rooks, it explodes and causes damage. But as far as just regular DPS, Dinobots, and he has 3 of them again, they're the only ones that do it. So that's, if you level it up, that's really cool. So I feel like I'd have him higher on the list. But again, I have put thought into it, comparing him to the other bots on the list you have.
Yeah.
So
that's fair enough. Well, there's one I've got pretty high that I think you're going to disagree with. The other ones I think you're going to pretty much agree with me, but there's one you would flip with Dinobot, I'm pretty sure. So we'll get there.
Okay.
But I do love Dinobot. He's on my minion squad. And the 3-star, because all I have is a 3-star Dinobot, and he's so awesome. He's hanging in there with all my 4-stars.
Yeah. I've been wanting the 4-star Dinobot too. I keep saying it on my Crystal Crackers when I crack a 4-star. It's like I want a dupe, I want 5-star shards, but wouldn't they say no to Dinobot?
All right, so on to my number 4 pick. At number 4, I have Slash. Oh, you look like you disagree with that one a little bit.
Well, now that I've got 5-star Slash, it kind of makes me regret not leveling my 4-star ranger higher than I did. And I feel like she's kind of like Dinobot. I feel like she should be a little higher than that too.
She could easily go higher. It's just one of the top 3 is just a personal favorite of mine. So, she could easily be top 3 because her ability alone makes her worthy of the top 3. It is so amazing. She's a great bot. I have no complaints at all about Slash.
Yeah, she is a great bot. She has decent health. She has good DPS. Her ability is awesome. If you arm her with, I forget what it's called, but it's the prime core that heals her for the amount of damage she does.
Yeah.
You arm her with that, and then she does her ability, and she's just getting all of her health back. You know?
Yeah.
Slash is awesome. I like her a lot.
Yeah, she really is. Slash is a really great bot.
Yeah.
So, like I said,
I was disappointed when I got her, and now I'm like, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, at first I wasn't sure about her either, but as I got a 3 and 4-star one and used her, I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
So, onward to number 3. And at number 3, this is my sentimental pick. I love this spot. It was the first 4-star I ever had. And I still use the heck out of them on my minion bot.
Sludge.
Yep, Sludge.
I thought so.
It is Sludge, yes. I love Sludge.
I don't think I would put Sludge that high in the list. And even though he does have great health,
he does.
His ability is very situational.
It is, but in the right situation, that ability can do some damage.
Right, but then he can't rush, which is a big like a big X for me when it comes to tank bots. The whole point of a tank bot is to soak up damage, so that your more sensitive bots don't take it. Because like aerial bots bruise like bananas.
They do.
Tank bots are meant to soak that damage, and if you can't rush him ahead to soak up that damage, and they're moving up the line faster than he is, which is usually what happens, that's just a big no-no for me. So I do have him, I do use him, but I would not have him that high on the list.
He has saved my bacon so many times with that health, though. And I have the Prime Core on him that where when he gets low on health, his damage increases. So, like...
Onyx Prime Core.
Yes, Onyx Prime, yeah.
I have that on my 5-star Windblade.
He saved my bacon so many times where every other bot had fallen and he was hanging in there and just taking on the base and blows it up at the last second with, like, no health left. So, I mean, he saved my bacon too many times for me not to appreciate him.
We keep talking about saving the bacon and bringing home the bacon. I feel terrible for the beast, for the Maximal out there that has a pig as an alt mode. I don't know if there is one. Maybe there's one from Japan. I'd love to see that.
Who knows?
It would be like a rat. If he was actually on a show, it would be like the rat trap of the show.
He would, yeah. The comic relief.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I figured Sludge, you would have Slash and Dinobot above at least.
For sure. Matter of fact, I would have Sludge at number 9.
Oh no, Sludge is too cool.
I take that back. I would have him at number 10. Oh. I'll be honest. I'd have Sludge number 10, and then Grimlock, and then then Snapdragon, and then Grimlock, and then I would have the list.
Yeah, the way I have it.
Yeah, basically. More or less. I might still move a few things around, but
yeah. All right. Well, number 2. Now that you've thoroughly tried to diminish Sludge's awesomeness. Number 2, I have Beast Wars Megatron, the purple dinosaur himself. Way cooler than the other purple dinosaur out there, Barney. Megatron's way cool. And his ability is awesome.
I won't argue with you.
Him and Primal share. That ability is so useful and so handy.
It is, especially when you get into one of those bases that all the buildings are just kind of together. It doesn't have a honeycomb. I hate honeycomb bases. I despise honeycomb bases. Yeah. And that's like the only thing Sludge is good at if his ability's leveled up enough. But when you get into those bases that don't have that, and all their, like, they made the mistake of having all of their buildings and defenses just kind of clumped together in a big grouping. Optimus Primal and Beast Wars Megatron just tears through that. It's awesome.
Yes. Imagine if I built the Decepticon equivalent of the Minion Bot squad.
I've thought about doing that because the only one I don't have is 8-Face, who is the broadside equivalent.
Yeah.
If I had him, I could make a squad of all of them 3 stars, with the exception of Blot. I have Blot as a 4-star, who is the equivalent to Rook. So I could do it. I just can't be bothered to right now.
Yeah. But Beast Wars Megatron, he's a heck of a bot, and it would take an amazing bot to top him on the list. But I have one.
Yeah,
you know who it is. Everybody watching knows who it is. They know me, and they know what bots that I just go on and on and on about. So they know that number 1 is the one, the only Swoop.
Swoop, formerly known as Strafe.
Yeah.
And now Strafe is a completely different bot.
Yeah. God, Swoop's so good, though. I mean, that ability, I can't... Like I said, I put a whole team around him, and it was basically just bots that needed to be leveled up by him soloing with them.
Yeah. I don't blame you, because, again, I like Swoop, too. He is a great bot. Soloing, like, zone 10, 11, potentially 12 when you get him leveled. Yeah. And then if you level Tigertron and pair them together... Oh, that's just merciless.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. And he's got his G1 core, which does the same thing as the enhanced ordnance, but also grants him protection from, I think, laser turrets. And he just Swoop's a great bot. I don't blame you. Would he be my number one? I don't know, but he'd definitely be my top 3.
If you had a fully leveled up, maxed out 4 or 5-star one, he would be your number one.
Yeah, probably.
Because he comes in too handy. He's long range. He stays in the air when he does his ability, so there's very few defenses that can even hit him when he's up there.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for rocket launchers. If you can, you need to hit them first.
Yeah, rocket launchers and anti-air lasers. But anti-air lasers became less of a threat when they came out with the and I forget what it's called, but it's the core that when they fire at their intended target, the laser bounces from that target to another target, and it kind of has a chain effect. That takes away that laser turret's anti-air ability. So when they came up with that, people started using it, they became less of a threat to aerial bots. And then rocket launchers weren't that bad anyway. So aerial bots, almost nobody uses them the way we do anymore. A lot of people are of the opinion that they're no longer in the meta, but it still works for me.
Yeah, I ain't had a problem. I mean,
yeah, except the plasma mortar. If people are using the plasma mortar, it can attack airbots.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, there's a few things it can, but for the most part, though, I mean, Swoop stays above most of the fray and just attacks.
Yeah.
The problem is when you spam his ability so many times, you run out of energy to use it.
Right. So you got to hope that you do enough damage in those first 2 or 3 runs.
That's why my Swoop has 5-star flak. That way he's still doing like 150 some DPS after he runs out of the ability.
Yeah, yeah.
So Swoop, like I said, not a surprise to anybody. Everybody knows I'm crazy about Swoop.
Yeah.
So.
However, I would make a suggestion to you. Do you like Skyburst?
I don't think I have a Skyburst that's more than a 3-star, so I don't think I've really fooled around with him.
Okay, so because flak essentially turns your bot into Skyburst, and what I would recommend is getting Skyburst and pairing him with other bots that have flak on them.
Yeah.
You can just basically have a team of gunners that are just making all kinds of damage.
Yeah, I understand.
5 of them if you have the if you have the 5-star, which you do. So
that's right. Yeah, Skybro. Oh, her.
Yeah. She has her default gunners.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, her. I think
that was a 5-star.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, it was her first 5-star.
Register. Well, I don't have the 4-star. That's just true. That's true.
Yeah, but you had the 5-star. That was your first 5-star.
It took me a minute. I was thinking for some reason it's like he's like a plane, but he's red. Strafe. Strafe was in my head.
The Technobot. Yeah.
Yeah, that was in my head when you said that. Yeah, and then when you said that, I was like, wait a minute, that sounds like the one I have that's 5-star.
Yeah, so you got me thinking about that. So, just as a friendly recommendation, your 5-star Skyburst paired with like 4 other bots that you really like, all of which are armed with the 2, 3, 4, and the 5-star flak, all of them leveled up.
Yeah.
You will create stupid amounts of damage, especially if you put the I think it's the Prima Core. It's the one that it create like the target takes more damage. You put that on any of those 5 bots when you launch that squad, and it's gonna be stupid.
I had a squad a long time ago, where 3-star Tigerhawk and 3-star Cheetor both had flak on them. Like it was like the 3 and the 2-star flak.
Yeah.
I could just launch those 2 and just let them stand back and I think it was Cheetor. It was 2 of them on that team had it. And I'll just launch them and let them stand back and just fire away.
Yeah, because I have 2, 3, 4, and 5-star flak, and I'm seriously considering leveling my 3-star Skyburst because I've got the 5 and the 4-star on other squads. I'm seriously considering the 5-star and putting them on the same the 3-star and putting her on the same squad as the bots that have flak because why not?
Well, 2 of the bots on my war team have 5 and 4-star flak on it, so and Skyburst is on that team, so
yeah. I imagine what that looks like. 5 of them. Yeah. Oh my god.
Just all of them?
Yeah.
I had to do that one time just for the heck of it. Just throw all those. It's Skyburst, like you said, her default gun is that. Then it would be Swoop, Tigerhawk, and one other one. I can't remember who has 2-star.
Let's make it a point to have that a topic of a future episode of the podcast where just like weird squad strategies that shouldn't work but probably do. You know, stuff, and just come up with like the weird squads that people come up with and the weird theories behind them.
5 flags will definitely work because you're standing way away from where the battle's going on and just launch it. And if they're all leveled up to where they're at least, like each one has to at least be 25% DPS for each rocket to be 100%.
Yeah.
But if you've got leveled above that, they're doing over 100% of their DPS and from a distance.
Yeah, and if you put them on aerial bots, well, now you've got their ability, which is usually better than the default than most of the gunners' ability, with the exception of like Alpha Bravo and Prowl, and then a handful of other gunners. So, yeah, that would be insane.
That would be insane.
All right, but that was way off topic. But you just got me thinking about it. So we are at the hour mark, it looks like. So I think it's time for us to take this one home. Because
I think it is too.
It is already 8:15 at night, and I got some editing to do.
Yeah, we need to call it a day. All right, then. Well, that is all for this episode, but definitely be back next week where we're going to talk about our favorite war, raid, and event teams and strategies. So, you know, there's asked about in the comments, and we're going to deliver. We're going to do a whole topic on it, so it should be pretty exciting.
Yep.
So, all right, well, we will see y'all then. Be sure to check out my weekly update videos, especially now that I'm in Alpha this weekend. Don't expect to see me near the top of the scoreboard anymore, but I'm still going to be hitting it hard. So,
yep, and be sure to click over onto my channel and check out my newest video, Omega Supreme and Why You Want Him. It should air about the same time as this episode of the podcast. Link will be in the description below.
Yes, and we definitely want Omega Supreme, so... Be nice to see all the reasons why. All right, well, that is it. Also, before I leave, make sure you remember to check out our Crystal Krakens on Monday. Usually mine's up bright and early. DJ's usually up at some point during the day. He gets it up early. It just depends. But
it's been in the evenings lately. I just can't be bothered to get up early in the morning. I hate mornings. I despise mornings with a fiery passion.
But they will be there, and this is going to be a good one because there's a new bot on the line. And if our lines can finish this event, 100 crystals,
yep,
that's like mind-blowing to me. I've never had that many of one.
It's gonna be a bunch.
Yeah, so definitely check those out, and we will see y'all then. Same bot time, same bot channel. Frankster out.